Hey man, what's happening? It's your boy Skrilla, man. Shout out to I Said It, the celebrity interviewer. You dig what I'm talking about, man. Sponsored by
What up? It's Dead Well, music exec, music manager, entrepreneur. Yo, shout out to the celebrity interviewer. I Said It, the show.
Hey, what's good, everybody? I am Chicago's own national award-winning spoken word artist, Just Mike the Poet. I'm here to give a shout out to celebrity interviewer I Said It, the Poet.
What's happening? It's your boy Cam Jones, man. Shout out to the celebrity interviewer I Said It show.
Yo, it's the originator Jazzo, y'all. Make this real quick, man. Shout out to ISAIDIT Management. Doing it big.
I talk to you, man. Like, over the years, I see you everywhere, at every major event, covering every major thing, always supporting every artist that you encounter. So, you know, definitely don't want this time to pass without saying thank you for always being a support to any and everybody that's coming in and out of Chicago. We definitely appreciate you.
Tune in. I'll be with the celebrity interviewer I Said It, the Poet, for the I Said It show.
Hey, how you doing, everybody? This is Dean Most Photography giving a big shout out to my main man, celebrity interviewer I Said It, the Poet.
What up, it's your boy Dave Tolliver from the legendary Minute Large, and right now you're checking out the celebrity interviewer I Said It, the show, baby. Yeah, it's all being brought to you by
My name is celebrity interviewer I Said It, and I approve this message. Subscribe today.
It's a new year, may it bring us good cheer, and me and you are on our way. I need you for the holidays. We both know that there is no form of gray under my Christmas tree. We'll dim the lights. I'll be your candy cane, lick off my stripe. And see what gifts we can undo. Just one request, and I'll make it
Peace, and blessings. Hey, I definitely want to welcome you all back for another great episode. You know my name, celebrity interviewer. I said it, and this is the show, and this is where I bring you the best interviews from people that surround the entertainment industry, those who are in media, and also people who are building around a community. And this beautiful young lady to my right, maybe to my left, whatever world you may be viewing this show from live today, let me tell you who's in the building today. And she's actually a friend of mine. And I'd like to welcome the one and only singer, songwriter, actress, and the CEO of Skyline Radio Show, Skyline Media Group, Lissa Latches, etc., Midwest A&R, model, entrepreneur, promoter, and radio and event host. I'm talking about featuring the one and only Miss Lissa Blair. Welcome to the show, Queen. Peace and blessings, and salute to everything you've been doing. Happy to have you here today.
Hey, thank you so much for inviting me.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I really was jamming to that Christmas song you had. What's the name of that song?
You know what? I never came up with a name for it. Isn't that
Oh,
weird?
okay. No,
Up with
it's
a name,
nice though.
kind of like a freestyle type thing. The piano was actually done live by Ray Thomas. And then you'll hear it's kind of like purposely offbeat because it's supposed to have a live feel to it. So it's like kind of like going with the flow of the live piano. So
Okay. I dig it. I dig it. It sounds good, man. Your voice is amazing.
thank you. I actually wrote the song to the tune of Chestnuts Roasting on an Open Fire.
Oh, I knew it sounded a little familiar.
Yep.
Yeah. So first I just want to always ask, this is how I always start my interviews, basically like how's your day treating you?
It's been pretty good. It's been busy. It's always busy, but it's getting to a point where it's got to be that way,
Right.
So, but yeah, it's been a good day though. Can't complain.
Okay. Likewise, likewise. You look lovely today, like always. And I'm just really anxious to get into this interview and just, really see how you got to this point in your career right now. You know what I mean? Because you had you do some incredible things, we just heard from all the titles. And so I like to just kind of get into the depth of, how you grew into this person that you are today. So if I may ask, because
Okay.
I know the answer to this question, you know what I'm saying? But not everybody that's watching or will see this interview in the future knows. So where are you originally from, Lissa?
So I'm originally from South Bend, Indiana.
Okay, shout out to South Bend.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. Well, growing up in South Bend, Indiana, and then, trans doing your thing out here in Chicago, what's something about South Bend that maybe people don't know?
Well, everybody knows about Notre Dame.
Okay, okay.
Trying to think what they wouldn't know. Oh, I got one for you. Okay, what's her name? Hold on, it's an actress. Hold on. Vivica A. Fox.
Vivica Fox?
Yes.
Vivica from South Bend, Indiana?
Yep, I met her brother too out here.
Oh wow! Now see, I would have never knew that.
I know. I didn't know it until somebody told me. I found out about 10 years ago.
Yeah. So some people would think of Indiana kind of like a small town, but there's really a lot there. I love Indiana. You know,
Mm-hmm.
so growing up as a little girl in Indiana, what were some of your aspirations? Did you always know that you would be on TV, radio? Like, did you always think this big, or did that come later?
I've been thinking this big since I first stepped foot in the studio, and that was when I was 3.
3 years old?
Yeah.
What would you do in the studio at 3 years old?
All I remember is it was my neighbor's studio. He had a band, but he had a legit nice studio in his house. He had the full everything, you know what I mean?
Mm.
And I remember I was just like, whoa, I thought he was famous. When you're 3, that's just what you think, when you see that. So he let me, get in the studio and try it out. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just love it. And he was like, man, you can tune, okay. Because at that age, you're not amazing, but you just like you can tell if you got a tune or not. So I was like, okay, I got a tune. That's all I remember is I was like, well, they say I'm decent, so I guess I'll do it. And it was fun.
Yeah.
And it just ended up being something I wanted to do. It wasn't the only thing that I wanted to do growing up. I never really had a lot of support in that area. I did sometimes, but it wasn't heavy. As a kid, you need heavy support to really, get into that. But I was also wanting to be a marine biologist or an
Okay.
oceanographer. So that didn't happen because I figured out that I get seasick. So yeah, real. Yeah, I went deep sea fishing like 3 different times, and all 3 times I was sick. 2 times I didn't even cast out a line. So I had to cut that out of my, future career. But it was okay because I still have music. I always had music. So that was my
Well, that's
first choice.
good. Well, that's good that you always had music to lean on. So like, music is so great because like when you happy, you can listen to music. When you feeling sad, you can turn to music. Was you ever in like band or anything like that when you were growing up?
I actually always wanted to be in band, and my mom wouldn't let me. I don't know why, but I was in choir all growing up. And then in high school, I moved up to chamber choir, which is like competitions like throughout the state and everything. We actually won, was it first or second in the state? We went to Indy. But I
Mm.
was a first soprano, so I was like the highest one. And it was only me and one other girl that did the high soprano. One year I was the only one that was a high soprano. That was back when I had my range.
Nah, I think that you have great range still. You know what I mean? I'm not no professional singer analyst, but I have some good judgmental skills when it comes to singing because I've been around such great talent. I've been very blessed. And I've seen a lot and heard a lot, and you are really incredible. You know what I mean? I say that sincerely. Like your voice is super good. And
Thank-
you could very consistent, too with your voice, the way that you hit your notes. But with that being said, did you like you say back when you had more range, were you always like a soprano, or did you have to, is that like your I don't know. You know what I'm
I was
saying? Like, did you have like a deeper voice at some point, or
No, actually it's the opposite. So now I'm a soprano. Back then I was a first soprano. So back then I was able to do whistle notes, all that, right? But
Mm,
that was, before we get, when you get older, sometimes you decide you want to smoke a little bit or something. So that's I
yeah.
think what. Plus I really wasn't exercising my voice like I was supposed to.
Mm,
When I was younger, when I was a child and all through high school and everything, I had I went to vocal lessons and things like that. So um I had that chance to work my voice out, not just at home, but also, having somebody guide me. Um but now, like I said, I did lose some of that. I can do like a low whistle, a low whistle note, but I can't get as high as I used to. But that don't mean that I can't get there again. So that's what I'm gonna be
right.
working on.
Okay, okay. Much respect. Now how often do you sing? That like just tap into your craft because I understand you're very, very busy. Or are you a person that still, practice like in the shower, at the grocery store, like everywhere you go? Are you just like singing in the car and stuff? Is that who you are?
So I will say, since I am busier now and like own businesses and stuff and traveling a lot, it isn't quite as much as I'd like for it to be. Especially when it comes to sitting down and writing and doing my practice recording before I go in the studio, all that stuff. That part, recording songs, has taken a little bit of a side note, but that's something that I just booked my session January 14th with John Hill. So I'm super excited because we're recording this song single as, I don't know, can I cuss on here?
No, be yourself. This is the I Said It show.
Okay, it's called Single as Fuck.
Okay.
That's we're gonna be pushing it, but I'm getting back into it, right? But anyways, going back to what you said, I do sing in the shower and stuff. That's where I like to sing in the shower. I love to sing in my car. The car, I don't know, like I have a decent like stock system, so I'm like jamming time.
Right.
hmm
No, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. So
I
now
actually
that's something.
stuff on the way to Chicago and on the way back. Sometimes I just sit there and write in my head, and I'll record on my voice notes so I don't forget. And I think a lot of people forget to do that because like they'll be like, dang, like I've heard talk to people and they're like, dang, how did you remember all that? I'm like, because I record like little bits and pieces, like each sentence I'll record on my voice notes while I'm driving. So I don't have to
Right.
write.
Okay, that's smart. That's very clever. You know what I mean? Anything you like when you're very creative, you're right. We do have to because things come to you so quickly. So you
Mm,
just have to sometimes like jot it down. Like I use my Gmail a lot. Like
yeah,
I have a lot of stuff in my drafts. And then when things come to me, I, hurry up and jot it down and then I
right.
keep it moving. So that
Mm-hmm.
helps.
Yep. And
So
what's crazy, younger, I
yeah,
started off writing I had this um what do you call it, like it's kind of like a karaoke speaker thing, but it had cassette, like you could put cassettes in it, right? So I used to put
right.
cassette, record over it back when cassettes, that's how old I am.
Stop playing. You not
I
that
was
old, girl.
I was like 8, 9, 10 years old doing that.
You don't know nothing about that life right there, the cassette tapes.
Oh, I
That's how
do.
I grew up. That's
I
how I
used to
grew up.
record the radio too. I used to record the radio.
Yeah, yeah, I
Mm,
love it. You know what I'm saying? Those was the days.
yep.
Yeah, but again, just growing up, were you ever in like athletics? Were you ever in sports? Because I know some of the things that you do as a hobby when it comes to that four-wheeler that you be on. So, you know what I mean? What type of hobbies? How did you become so courageous and brave? Like, where does that come from?
So I played a little basketball and volleyball. And of course I was in choir all throughout school. And when it comes to the courage, I'm just gonna be real. My family is outgoing, and I think it just rubbed off on me. My dad's very outgoing. He owns his own businesses as well. He owns multiple businesses. That's kind of where I get the mentality from, I think. Um,
Okay.
so he's very open. He's very um, vocal. And my mom's not quite that way, but my sister, my brother, everybody else is. So I think it just came with the territory. But
Okay. No, that's
yeah.
nice. When it comes to your outgoing and your ambition when it comes to this music field, are you the only one in your immediate family that does that, or do you have other musicians and other artists in your household when you're growing up?
As a matter of fact, my dad is a singer.
Oh,
Um,
okay. He does it all too, huh?
yeah, never went professional with it. He was thinking about going professional as a gospel singer, but he never did just
Mm,
because his time was wrapped up into his businesses. So he wasn't able to
right.
really tap that, but he did write his own songs. Matter of fact, when I got married, and no, I'm not married anymore, but when I did get married, when I was like 21, he wrote a song for me, surprised me at my wedding, and sang
Wow.
the whole at my wedding. I was
Oh
like,
my
oh.
God, that is incredible.
Yeah, he used to sing in church all the time. We've done a couple duets. So
Wow, what's more powerful than that for a little girl, because obviously your dad gives you away, but then to be able to sing the song at your wedding, that I know that was a man, unbelievable surprise right there.
it really was. I was like, Dad, you gonna make me cry at my wedding? Stop. I was trying not to cry. I'm like,
Yeah, see, this is the type of information you only gonna get on the I Said It show. You know what I'm saying? Then
not
I'll bet you that not many people knew that, right?
right.
That's exclusive right there. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, were you ever like in a girls group or anything like that? Or did you ever sing with other females or even males, or have you always did the solo thing?
Um, I'll be honest, I wanted to, but it was always hard to get people together. Like it's always an issue with somebody's schedule, or it was always an issue with somebody not being reliable or not showing up or being so late that it's almost over, or just different stuff like that, that it was
Right.
just it work, I guess. This is way back, of course, but it definitely was something I was interested in. Actually, I used to want to be a background singer.
Mm,
That's the crazy thing is not only I wanted to be, my own singer as independent, but then I was like, I started seeing like, watching. I would sneak and watch MTV because my parents wouldn't let me watch it, right? And so I would see like,
okay.
little videos of like background singers singing for different people, Mariah Carey or this or that, and I'd be like, oh, if I can just get there, that could be the step to get to the next, you know what I mean? So I was always
Mm,
like, okay, I was always to that point where I didn't want to jump too quick. I knew I had to get somewhere first to get to that level. So
right.
that's something, as a kid too, as a teenager, really, that I would look at, like I was thinking about, I was like, oh, I might want to start off as a background singer, see how that, works out. That way I could get into the industry, see what it was like, all that. When we know how that is, right? We know how the industry
Yeah, for real, for
is.
real.
Yeah,
No, that's
but yeah,
no.
it was, I think it was a good decision, something I stuck with. I've had family tear me down over the years. Not about my voice, but just they didn't want me to be in that environment.
Mm,
And so, which I get, I understand that, but I feel like even if you don't want your child to do something, but it's their dream, why not support it? You know what I mean? So I did struggle with that quite a bit. Um, but now my mom does support me. Sometimes for the most part, a lot more than she
right.
used to. My dad's still not quite there yet, but that's okay.
Really, really.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
they, why do you think they're so overprotective when you're kind of going the same path that he did?
Um, well, my parents have always been very strict with me. Um, a lot of people, well, some people know this, some people don't, but when I was younger, I used to run away all the time. Um,
Oh, okay.
they were that strict, that I couldn't breathe, so it kind of, they're not obviously not like that anymore because they can't control me, but it was just one of those things that they grew older and they're stuck in their ways, I think is what it is. More so my dad, like I said, but I mean, I still love them. It's just we don't have the same understanding, we'll put it that way.
Right. Okay. Respectively. Respectively.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so when did you develop this hot album that you have? Um, and man, just the name of it is like is really dope. Can you talk a little bit about this album and how you came up with this name, Heart Official?
Yeah. So let me rewind a little bit before that. I had my
Okay.
very first project was a demo that I did in 2009.
Right.
Um, I think it was like 6 songs plus a bonus song, maybe.
Right.
Take
Yeah,
that
I
back.
forgot the.
It was 6 songs, and it was a demo. And I used to, I mean, I had a street team. We was at the gas station passing them out, everything. This is back when we had CDs.
Right.
And
Right.
then that I made my first album, and
Mm,
that was called To Whom It May Concern, and that was, I think it was about 10 tracks plus a bonus track. Um, So that was pretty cool. And then I didn't really push that one too much, but a lot of people bought like the actual CDs for it. But I didn't really push it to go farther than local too much. Although somehow Chicago found out.
Sorry about that.
Okay. DJ Nero started playing my music out in Chicago. And I was like, okay, like when I was from a small town, I'm like, that's kind of big for me. So that's kind of how that went.
Okay, yeah, I actually have that album on deck. I just forgot to somehow upload it. I really apologize because I
No, it's
am very aware of that album.
yeah, it's all good. I forgot to get back to what you were saying though about that the last album, Heartificial. So came up with the name. Actually, my producer helps me a lot with things. Like he helped me come up with the name and stuff. Heartificial, so like heart official. So like basically like my heart is official. Like when I love hard, like that type of thing, right? And then like Heartificial, I came because I kind of wanted like I knew like the song had a robot, some of them had like a little robotic harmony to it, and I
Yeah,
was like, what if we do like a almost like artificial, so it's mixed
yeah.
with the and so that's why with my promo video for the album, I don't know if you've seen it, but I was I had FX paint stuff on me where one side of my body was robotic, like they did like robot
Mm.
arts or whatever, and the other side was like space because I love space stuff. Like I don't know, I love the galaxies and stars. So that's kind of where that came about, and it was released in 2020. And the one I was talking about earlier, the other album, To Whom It May Concern, was released in 2013. So, and that's when my name was Naya. I forgot to say that. So I changed my name too because it used to be Naya, which meant
Right.
not your. And then I switched it because I wanted to be more grown. I wanted to be more grown, classy, and genuine. Like when it came to my name, I wanted to fit me. And Naya just didn't really. It wasn't me. Like nobody ever called me Naya when I was a kid or anything. You know what I mean? So I was like, that just came out of nowhere because someone told me one day because I was Missy in the Booth first. That's how a lot of people remember me. And it was like that was just a Facebook name that people just started using and being like, "Hey, what's up, Missy in the Booth?" Like they used to call me that all the time. They still do. Like somebody did the other night at my show. They were like, "Hey, Missy in the Booth. I remember when you was." I was like, "Damn, that's like 2 names ago." But somebody finally told me, they're like, "You need to come up with a stage name and you need to do it fast because it was like an event that night or the next day or something." And I was like, "Oh shoot!" Like, and so I came up with couldn't do Missy because that's what actually my nickname was growing up. A lot of people know me as Missy. I couldn't do Missy because I didn't want to copy Missy Elliott. You know what I mean? So I was like, I had to do different, and I'm like, somebody said, "Well, you're not average." I'm like, "Yeah, it's true." So then I was like, "Not your average, Naya." Okay, so I just ran with it, being in a rush. But when I got to really think about it, when I changed my name, I actually like changed my music up. My writing style was different. I had matured a lot because I did take a break from music for 3.5 years. So when I came back, you know, more professional for sure.
Okay. Well, I mean, really, that whole backstory you just gave just showed exactly how official, artificial you are. Because like you say, you didn't want to mock the name of Missy, and some people wouldn't even think like that. They kind of run that and use that as a platform to help get more attention. But you wanted
Right.
to be original and have your own identity, and so I
Right.
really appreciate that, too, because that's rare. Because there's most people don't have their own identity. So many people just kind of copy. It's a copy
Mhm.
max machine out here sometimes. So I just
Yeah.
appreciate your originality with everything that you do.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I see you. Um, Now this is on one of the other photos because I see you always had them on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Yep.
this
That
was the actual.
you see the robotic arm right there.
Right, right. Now I see what you're talking about.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, that's dope. That's dope.
Yep.
Okay. Well, with that being said, we just covered a lot. What I mean, pretty much, kind of like how you even arrived here. But so the second half of this interview is actually going to be more about, some of the things that you're actually doing today and all of your great accomplishments. And we play a game over here. It's just a little memory game, but it's going to be real fun. And like I say, no pressure. But we're gonna
Okay.
take this little halftime break. You know what I mean? Because I got to shout out my sponsors. But we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna come right back. So everyone that's tuned in at this time, what you can do is you can share this interview. You can send this to all your family and friends. Just people within the network because this is there's a lot more great information and interview coming up soon. So we're gonna be right back, and we're actually gonna show a little clip it too of how we started the show with some of her music. But again, we're gonna be right back. Don't go nowhere. Don't go far at least. But y'all can go to the bathroom. You're allowed to go to the bathroom right now. But we're gonna be right back.
And these are my official sponsors. Shout out to business owner Dolores Green on Facebook, and please go visit her at hairbossbiz.com. You can contact her directly at hairbossbiz@gmail.com. Also, shout out to CEO of MIA Entertainment Group, film, TV, and producer, the legendary Mimi Acosta. Shout out to business owner and podcast host Sophia Latrice. She has a spa in Plainfield, Illinois, and visit her website at lenicealex.com. Shout out to CEO and radio personality Cantone. You can visit his website at streetscienceradio.com. Shout out to author and animation commercial creator Linda Gregory. You can visit her website at lilyb.com. Shout out to business owner, the elite reader and licensed phlebotomist, Cherie Patterson. Call her directly at 469-340-6489. And shout out to author with both her audiobook and hard copy, novel Through the Eyes of Nitsi, Denise Donnerson. Order her book today on Amazon. Celebrity interviewer, I said it, and I approve this message.
just hold me tight. I would travel 10,000 miles just to see the love that's in your eye. Mistletoe and lights to make the mood just right. It's a new year, may it bring us good cheer, and me and you are on our way. I need you for the holidays. We both know that there is no form of gray under my Christmas tree. We'll dim the lights. I'll be your candy cane, lick off my strides. Let's try and see what gifts we can undo. Just one request, and I'll make it my best. Be my Santa tonight.
Yes, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome back again. This is Celebrity Interviewer. I said at the show. Thank you for your patience. And we are still here with the CEO of Skyline Radio Show. She's a tremendous artist. And at the beginning, she was telling her story of how she got here. So now this is where we actually, the part of the show where we actually speak about all the great things and achievements that she's been doing lately. So like I say, listen, this is the game that we play over here. And basically, this is how it works. I'm going to hold up pictures and frames or whatever like that. And then you tell me and you tell the audience about what do you remember about this night? What was special maybe to you about the night? Whatever the case, whatever you really want to say about it. But I got a lot in stock. So, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, cool. And first I just want to announce before we get into this, let me shout out Urban Grind TV because this is actually how I had the pleasure to meet you because you actually interviewed me on this show. That's what's so special about this. It's because
Yeah.
now I have the opportunity to you know, just pay back the love, you know what I mean, and interview you. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
really this is really special. So shout out to Wally and the whole team at Urban Grind TV. Now,
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, this is the first picture. You ready?
Yep.
I don't think you are, but we about to see it though. We about to see. Okay, this is the first picture.
Oh, that was a fun night. So actually, I'm trying to think.
And
I
then
think
also tell us who's in the picture too, for those that don't know.
okay. So this was actually, first of all, that's El Hida.
Yep, shout out to El Hidden.
Yeah, y'all know El Hida. Mr. Oh yeah. But this was the night that I actually met him in person. Super down to earth. This was actually the Illy Awards. And I was nominated for an Illy Award. And he was there, his crew was there, his mom, his brother, all them. Which now I know all of them now. But I had just met him and his mom, I believe, that night. I had already met BD and King Youngin before that, because we had King Youngin, actually his brother. He's I think he's not 11 yet, is he? I think he's 10 still. But at the time he
I'm
was
not
our very first artist that we interviewed on Skyline. He was literally on the first show, his brother, El Hit Us Blow.
okay.
So, you know, I was like, I had listened to his stuff and I already knew, oh yeah. So I was like, okay, he seems super down to earth. Like he wasn't, you know, bougie or none of that. Like super cool. But yeah, it was definitely a fun night for sure.
Okay, great job. Okay, so what do we have here?
Man, now that was the most fun interview we did right there. Like we all remember this one. So actually it turned into the big three. And what's crazy, it was just supposed to be Beads. We were gonna do a 4-wheeler interview with Beads, right? Because I knew he had 4-wheelers. He had just got them, so he didn't really know how to work them. He said, he's like, yo, I need your help. You know what I mean? He knew how to ride them, though. He just didn't know how to, you know what I'm saying? He was trying to do wheelies and stuff. It was funny, but we had so much fun. Shout out to Beads, Sinatris, Easy O'Hare. They came out with the foreigns. You know, like we had a whole, like it was super dope. Like it was so dope. I was so excited. I wished at that time, because we were still pretty new, so I wished at that time we would have been able to put it on YouTube, you know, or something like that. But at the time, we just was able to do a live feed on social media for this one. But it was so worth it. Like it was so much fun. We got a lot of pictures, video. We even raced. Me and man, I raced them all pretty much. And then they were like, they didn't know I could do wheelies. So when I did the wheelies, they was like, what? But I'm up on 4-wheelers. I've had a 4-wheeler since I was like 9 years old and been, you know, racing them and jumping them and, you know, wheelies, all types of stuff since I was younger. So that's kind of where me and Beads kind of had an interest together, because he started getting interested in 4-wheelers and his kids too. And he was like, well, it was actually his idea. He's like, I know you 4-wheeling stuff, because he was seeing, you know, some of my videos of like the wheelies and stuff. He's like, man, let's do a 4-wheeling interview. I was like, bet, that's a great idea. So I didn't get my 4-wheelers out because it was in Chicago. That's a long drive. But you know, he brought his out, so we got to ride those. It was really nice. It was fun.
Okay, that's dope. That's dope. It sounds like you all had a lot of fun. Now,
Mm,
before I go to the next picture, please yell out who's all in this picture for those that don't know. Because I see my friend Ashley Severa,
yep,
aka
yep.
Legs for Days.
Legs for Days, and we got Desire, we got me, we got Easy O'Hare. Hold on,
Sinatra's, right?
is that Sinatra's? Yeah, sorry, it's so far away. I could have swore it was Sinatra's too. Yeah, that's Sinatra's. So yeah, we was and then Danny Jones was there too, along with a bunch of other people came after that. So, but those were the main people in it. And then Julian had to leave early, but he was in there too as well.
Okay, that's what's up. Dope,
Yeah.
dope. Now, before I get to the next one, because like you say, you've been on riding these 4-wheelers since like 9 years old. Have you ever gotten hurt on them 4-wheelers? Because I know they can be a little dangerous. So let's
And
take a break and talk about that real quick. Because like I say, you're very courageous.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I have a lot of broken bones. I broke my hip, I broke my arm, my elbow, which I still have problems with. And I broke my collarbone. I think that's it, but I definitely gotten way more crashes than that when I was younger. Because, you know, when you're young, you're learning and stuff. Like, I remember I jumped over this long, okay, so the back of my parents' property, they had this long hill. Instead of it just being a hill, it was like there was a pond, and around the pond it was like leveled up higher. So it was like a long hill. You could be on top and everybody could see you, you know, like I was like, let me try to get up on this hill differently. So I tried to go up on that thing, and I flew up over it on the other side instead of being on top. I went into the trees, mind you.
Oh
That's
my
the
God.
other side. So like, luckily I didn't hit a tree or whatever. Well, I got in the pricker bushes, and prickers were like this long, so that wasn't
Yeah.
fun. But yeah, I had crashes.
Wow. I had a feeling that you might have had a couple of falls learn how to do willies, because that's not easy.
No, it's
No,
not.
no, I'm just grateful to continue, and like the audience, I'm sure they're happy to learn more about you and just all sides and phases of Lissa Blair. So okay, so this is the next picture. Tell us who this is and about that night.
Yeah, that's DC Young Fly. Super dope person. Like, he's probably one of my favorite celebrities. Like, not even playing. Like, he is so down to earth, cool. And he's funny to me. Like, a lot of people, it takes a lot for me to laugh. Like comedians,
Yeah.
I don't think they're that funny. Like, I don't know why. It's just I'm really picky with them, right? And like,
Right.
he is funny to me, and his music is dope. Like, I listen to his music. Like, just all the way around dope ass person. Met him at the Wild 'N Out tour. I got to go with Crime Mob, rode with them, and then I went backstage with them. I got to meet like Nick Cannon and Justina Valentine, and a whole bunch of people like Travis Porter, you know, and actually that was the first time in person. Or wait, yeah, that was the first time in person that I had met Crime Mob. Me and MIG, we've been cool for like 3 or 4 years. Like over the phone, like we'd even video chat, like, we talked about so much music. We talked about we were gonna work together and everything, but we never really got to, like, he was never really up here. And they finally
Right.
had it being up here in Ohio, and they were like, hey, come out. I was like, for real? They're like, yeah. I was like, to the Wild 'N Out tour? Okay. I was like, and I didn't say anything. I kept it quiet. I knew about it for a minute. I kept it quiet. I didn't post about it or anything until I got there, and I literally went live and said, so this is what I'm doing. And like, everybody's like, what? But that's the best way to do it sometimes, is just not say nothing. When it's something that big, you don't want nothing to mess it up. So it was just really cool. I've been like, this was I would say my biggest opportunity that came when it came to like networking. Instead of, now mind you, it's always good to network with artists who haven't made it yet, but
Right.
around that so much, I wanted to feel something different. I wanted to meet different people and see how they move, and like the real industry, so going there, like, I seen it and I was like, this is so cool. Like, Nick Cannon was cool. Like, Valentine came up to me again, like, she was giving me a hug. She's like, girl, she was so sweet. I love her too. She was like, she came back up to me later and was like, what's your name again? I want to remember your name. I'm like, oh, she's so sweet. like most celebrities, they don't have time to think about that kind of stuff. But she was really nice. They all was super cool. It was a fun time. Definitely. And I was on stage with Crime Mob too. I was like in the background, but fun.
Dope.
Yeah.
Now, since you mentioned Nick Cannon, I had to just go ahead and jump the gun, and I went on and threw him on the screen too, because that was already coming up. You already know.
Yep. Yeah, he's super cool.
Yeah, he's super talented too, right?
Yeah, for sure.
The man does it all.
Yeah, he does.
Okay. So very good. I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said I listen to Nick Cannon radio too, so that was kind of dope. Like, I listened to him and then got to like meet him. Like, a lot of people know of him through like other stuff or whatever, but I actually like would regularly listen to his radio show, so it was really cool.
Okay. Nice. So where exactly are you, and what's the occasion?
Where am I when?
I'm sorry,
Now?
the picture didn't come up.
Oh.
No. The picture, I pressed the picture, but it didn't come up.
Oh, okay. So that was actually my recent trip to NYC.
Okay, New York, New York.
Yeah, it was so fun. I got to finally see my sis after 22 years. We
Mm.
used to school together out of the country a long time ago, and we kept in contact and stuff, and then like we talked all the time, and we still do. And then finally we're like, let's meet up. We've been trying to meet up for a couple of years. Like, I was supposed to go to Miami a couple times, but then COVID happened. Like, it was a mess. So finally she had moved back to NYC. She's like, come out here. I'm like, I've never been there before. And I was like, I'm a little touristy, I'm not gonna lie. So I've got to at least see like the basics. Like, I got to see Times Square. I got to see, the 9/11 memorial. I was like, I have to see these things. So she took me to see them. I'm sure she's seen them a million times, but that was like really for me. Times Square was like nothing like what you see on TV. It's better. Like, it's so I can't even put it into words. It's so cool. And like there's like that one big screen that
Right.
is 3D. It's crazy. Yeah, it was fun.
No, no, I love Times Square. I need to go back. I haven't been since like 2000 and what 13, 14, maybe 15. Yeah, it's been a while. So I haven't seen that 3D screen, but I've seen it on the internet, and it does look incredible, right?
Yeah, so dope. We ate really good too. We had some kind of Cuban cuisine. I don't remember the name of the place, but it was really, I think it was Havana. Something
Mm.
Havana, right in Times Square. So good. Um and then I got to see like the Brooklyn Bridge. I got some good pictures, and like, me, I'm a picture person, video, all
Right.
that. Yeah, so
Right.
like I had to get that, like, um and I got to see the Statue of Liberty from real far away, but it's because it's actually not as big as it looks on TV.
Right.
It's still really big, but it's just not like, when you're a kid, everything's bigger. Like, that's
Right.
kind of like feeling, but when you actually see it, you're like, oh, that's not as big as I thought it'd be. Kind of like the Disney castle. When you're little, you
Right.
think it's, but you walk up to it and you're like, that's it. Like,
That's funny.
but it was cool though. It was really cool just to see all that, see the history, um, and especially the 9/11 memorial. It was a different feeling walking even up to it. Like, it was a very, very, I can't even really put a word on it, but it made me feel some type of way for sure.
Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
sure. Rest in peace to all those who lost their life that terrible day. That was awful.
Right. Mhm.
Okay, so we do have a couple more pictures to say the least. So tell
Okay.
me about this gentleman right here, and where were you at?
So this little scrap, this is when so Crime Mob invited me back out to the Millennium Tour that happened.
Mm.
Actually, they were all over with the Millennium Tour, but the one I
Right.
was the one in Chicago. It was at the Wintrust Arena, and this was a couple months ago, in October 22nd. I got to meet like a whole bunch of people. Like, they had Lil Bow Wow there, Carrie Wilson, um, oh my, there was so many people. Like, I can't even name them all. But anyways, Lil Scrappy was like we were back in their dressing room and everything. Lil Scrappy back there too. Lil Bow Wow walking through, and really cool to like meet the people that I grew up on, people I looked up to and always wondered what their life was like. Or, when you're a kid, you think that a celebrity is like almost like a alien in a way. Like, you think they're different, or,
Right.
not normal. But when you talk to them, they're like, wow, they actually are down to earth, or they're normal people. They hurt too. They bleed too. You know what I mean? And
Right.
I got to the point, luckily, before I was able to go to these things, because I didn't want to be you know what I mean? So I had to just be chill. And, I got my pictures in or whatever, but I wasn't too crazy with it, because I had already,
Right.
understood that before I went into it. Luckily, you know, if I was a kid and went into it, it would have been different. I'd have been like, oh my gosh. But
Right. No,
they were
I definitely. No, I definitely relate. I understand exactly what you're saying. You know, you just don't think that they're so much alike like we are. It's just that
right,
they have the fame. You know, that's the only difference. But they're and they want to be treated human. They don't want to be treated like
right,
aliens in the first place. Like that's the thing. And that's when they're more respectful. When you just
right.
treat them like, you know, yourself, like you would treat your friend. Just, you know, show them they respect, you know, based on their achievements.
Mm-hmm.
So
Very,
yeah, that's really great though. You know, it's so many celebrities you've met, and these are some of my favorites as well right here. I
uh,
haven't had a chance to meet them yet, but man, they're dope.
yeah, 8 Ball and MJG. Like I grew up on them too. Even though I wasn't supposed to listen to it because my parents were strict, I had headphones all the time. but, but yeah, definitely legends in the game. You know, it was it was so crazy meeting them because like I met them and then Juvenile walked right by me. I'm like,
Wow.
and like it was one person after another. I'm like, what is going on? This was up in Grand Rapids.
Yeah.
I went with Bilo and AK Do or Die. They were actually performing as well. So they brought
Okay.
me up and experience, you know, the backstage life and watch them, you know, perform as well. So it was really cool. It was very cool experience.
Girl, you when Juvenile walked by, you supposed to pull him into the picture.
I know, but I didn't want to be that fan. You know what I mean? I should have just
Make it
backed
look.
up. No, let me stop. Let me stop.
Nah.
I can't ask. I can't. That's not me.
No, that's really dope. That's really dope. Okay, so and you know I definitely had them on deck.
Oh yeah, you are the
Yeah.
homies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
that's
out to Do or Die.
mm-hmm. I'm actually on their upcoming album as well. And me and Bilo got quite a few songs. We ain't released a few of them yet, but the one is Intrigue, the remix uh,
Right.
of my original song. And we got a video for that as well.
Yeah,
So
that
yeah,
video is nice.
yep. Mm-hmm. Definitely
Oh, that's
y'all
cool.
check out their new album too, The Storm. Y'all gotta check
Hmm.
out my album Storm. And if y'all don't know who this is, because I have to say this every time, people like Do or Die. As soon as I start singing, do you wanna ride in the backseat of the caddy, chop it up with Do or Die? They know. Then oh,
Right.
I can't know who it is. Y'all go
Now
check
who
out the album.
I'm sorry, who you be around that don't know who Do or Die is? That you have to get them the tune, like stop playing. Put they but on blast.
No, under a rock or what? Like, and it's
Right.
people that are in the Midwest. Like, the Midwest knows about them. Like, gotta be under a rock, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they some of the founders of Chicago hip hop right there.
Right.
You know, but okay, you know, it don't stop though, it don't stop. We got some more. So talk about I think you was in New York, right? Still?
Yeah. That was Brooklyn Bridge. Like the opposite way, if the camera was facing the other way, was the Brooklyn Bridge, like real close.
Mm. Okay, lovely picture, lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about here right here?
Okay. So this was our interview with Rick Gilla. That's the homie Rick Gilla. He's super dope. Y'all check his music out too. And then we also got Flamo. Check him out as well. He's a YouTuber. We had both them on the show. Benji Hardaway was supposed to be there too, but he wasn't able to make it. And then of course Corey Ether. We always show love to Corey Ether. Y'all gotta check out his clothing line. It's nuts. Like, I don't know if y'all see my yellow jacket with the ether on it. Man,
Yeah.
I get everywhere I go with that. No matter where I go, they're like, man, I love your jacket. I'm like, go check out the homie. He got matching slides, matching bag. Like, I'm getting the
Yeah.
slides. But yeah, that was a fun night. because that's when I actually met Rick Gilla, and me and Rick are actually talking about doing more business together. You know, helping him book shows and things like that. Haven't got a chance to start yet because it's been so dang busy lately. But I'm hoping with the new year, you know, we're gonna get things started with that. So definitely gonna tap in.
Yeah, absolutely. And shout out to Corey Ether. I met him at one of Taco's concerts. You know.
Yeah. Oh, you been to a Taco concert? Oh, you been to a
Oh yeah,
real
Taco. I know that's the homie.
right.
Yeah,
Mhm.
absolutely. Okay, so let me see. Talk a little bit about, exactly, you know, some of the I'm sorry, this picture right here.
Mhm. So
Shout out to DJ
yeah.
Sluggo, the one and only
Yep.
legendary.
Yep, DJ Sluggo's my DJ. So if anybody ever wants to book us as a package, we come as a package deal sometimes. Like you can book me as an artist, or you can book me as a host, like an event host, and you can have other artists on there, and then have DJ Sluggo, you know, DJing as well. Um, so and then also it on there, it also talks about Midwest rep, and also let's see, so promoter, monthly promo packages available. So I haven't done them in a little while. I've had people ask, but I kind of been putting it on the back burner. But if somebody's very interested in it, I still do the promo packages per month as well. So yeah.
Okay, absolutely, absolutely. So who is this other young lady besides you? Right, where are we? Right here.
Oh, that's Miss Diva. That's TT.
Okay.
Yeah, she owns Ambitions Entertainment. I'm also one of the promoters there as well. And I don't know if y'all check out Ambition's page or Diva's page. Her actual Facebook page is Lazinia Adams Griffin, I think is how it goes. I had to remember because I don't call her that. But
Okay.
y'all check her out. Check out Ambitions Entertainment. You'll see that she posts all the time. They always got something going on. There's always an event. Um, like very, very classy place. It's a great place for like a classy event, even like a 30 and up type event, although they don't make you be 30, you know, for their events, but it's just that type of a feel. It's very just classy. I love it. And then they have a lot of red and black, you know, and they did very good at decorating for sure. And
Okay.
she's very supportive. She's really cool. Definitely love her to death.
Yeah, shout out to Miss Diva. I haven't met her personally or connected, but I look forward to networking with her one day soon. And shout out to the homie Street Boy Stretch, who I see be performing up there a lot too.
Yep, definitely. And Miss Diva is definitely been putting on for artists in the city. She actually, you know, got us the big stage and
Mm,
everything. So like you don't see very many, you know, club owners doing that, like the outside big stage, you know, that feeling, you know, that a lot of people don't get that. They're so used to like a smaller club stage where it's enclosed, and you know, when people think of concerts, they think of a big stage outside, you know. So she
right.
wanted to get that, you know, to the community, and she did, and it was dope. It was really dope.
That's nice. That's nice.
Mhm.
Okay, so who are these young ladies you were beside right here?
Okay, so that's Kia. That's my girl Kia. Y'all gotta check out her music too. Well, me and Bug call her Lucky, but y'all can't call her that. I guess she changed her name, so it's Kia. And
Right.
then that Treasure as well. She's got a beautiful voice. She's a sweetheart. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, shout out to Lucky. She actually interviewed me for the radio portion when I was on at Urban Grind that day.
Oh,
Um,
yep. Mhm.
Not that day, but on a day.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And then shout out to Treasure. I don't know her personally, but I know she's very talented too. So shout out to her too.
Yep, she is.
Okay, so man, like I say, we coming to the end with all these pictures, but I think I may have another one that I haven't talked about. So yeah, speak about your publication real quick.
Yep. So we got the Skyline Radio Show magazine coming out. We've had a little delays. It's just been, like I said, I'm running like 5 businesses. So and then plus trying to keep going with my music too. You know what I mean? So it's it's been challenging, and I didn't realize how much goes into a magazine, but it's getting there. Don't worry, it's coming out. We're looking at the first quarter to release that. Lemanuel Cox is my bad. My alarm went off. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're back.
So yeah, Lemanuel Cox, he's a creator. He actually came to me about it and was like, "Hey, let's do a magazine for Skyline." I was like, "For real?" He was like, "Yeah," and he's just like been so like cool, like he's really knowledgeable in that area, and I love the way he put that together, like the promo picture of the cover, even though that's not the official cover, because we're gonna obviously have, people who paid for the front cover and things like that. So you will see other faces on there. I won't reveal who, but I will say there's a couple that you showed in pictures today that will be on the front cover. And inside the magazine, we will have some of the artists that we interviewed over this past year, because we're coming up on our first year of Skyline. And then also other people who maybe didn't get an interview yet, as well. And then, yeah, so we kind of actually used that picture, the Skyline magazine picture, for our business cards too, because we liked
Oh,
how.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a dope photo of everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me see. Did I show this picture yet? Let me see. Yeah, so now a couple of shows that you recently did. I know this happened back in November, right? But this was
You,
a really epic show that you was a part of. Talk a
you can
little bit about that.
you can actually skip that one.
Okay, no worries. So going to this show right here.
Yep. And the only reason I say that is because I didn't get to perform. So,
Oh,
but
wow.
next.
I'm sorry you didn't get to perform.
Yeah, it's all good. It happens. This one, oh my goodness, this was so dope. Like, y'all gotta get in tune with Tommy Satellite and his crew. They own High Endo Entertainment. Um, they are a weed entertainment company, music, everything. You know what I mean? They own a bud and breakfast up in Michigan. So they have rooms that people can stay the night in. They have girls that are serving, weed. I mean, it's a really cool spot because it reminds me of like a big house or like a retreat center. And this is where I went the other night for this Christmas show. And I don't know about you, but I'm not a big club person. I'd rather perform in a little quaint area, even if wasn't even expecting that many people. There was a ton of people. There was packed. And it was such a fun environment and laid back. It kind of reminded me of like almost like a jazz show in a way, because then you have Esther Rose that came on and blew everybody out the water with her freestyling neo soul. Like, me and her are getting connected. We already talked. We're gonna be doing some features and gonna get her on an interview on Skyline, so we're super excited about that. Y'all gotta check her out as well. And then Chocolate P performed as well, and me and him did our song. We performed Ponytail for the first time together. Now, I've performed it before on my own and just faded his part out when he couldn't make it, but and that song is unreleased still. But we've been promoting it through, like I performed it before by myself, and then now we're performing it together, and it turned out really good last night. Like, the vibes were dope. And then we had Tommy Satellite. It was his party, right? well, he's also my producer. He's been my producer since like 2009. And
Oh
that was,
wow.
yeah, we've been rocking for a minute. Like he did nobody's gonna remember this, but one of my very first songs was called Philia, and he made the beat for that, and it was so different and unique. I was like, you got to be my producer, like my main producer. So that's my main producer right there. Super dope. And not he's not just a producer either. He actually he assists in writing sometimes. Sometimes he'll send me a beat and like a clip of like a hook, and I'll be like, yeah, that's dope. Let's keep it. Like, so he like there's times he helps write, you know, or finishes off maybe a verse for me or this or that, you know, if I'm stuck or something. And then I always, it's crazy because no matter what song I do, I always send it off to him because he's got a really good ear for music. So I always say like, what do you think about this song? Even if he didn't make the beat, you know, I'll be like, what do you think about this song or this song? He'll always give me his honest opinion. So he's kind of like a mentor too, I guess, you know, or an advisor, I should say. But it worked out really good. Definitely was fun. Sang Christmas song and two of my other songs.
Okay, nice. I love it. So this is the last picture that I have to show, and he's actually in my top 5 of all time.
Scarface.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. That was actually at the same place that I took the picture with 8 Ball and MJG.
Oh,
And
nice.
what's dope about it though is I was on stage with Scarface. Like when I
Mm,
say on stage, like DJ Quick was over here. I'm on stage with DJ Quick on that DJ thing. You know what I'm saying? Like
right.
actually higher, you know, and I'm like, this is crazy. You probably have seen pictures of me like turning around like with my face in it and Scarface right here. You know what I mean? It was just that was, I can't even put that into words. I get excited like talking about it because it was something totally different. And then what was even crazier is this was way up in Grand Rapids, right? I didn't know anybody that was going. I had no clue. Tell me why. I see my friend's post that she went to it. She's way in the crowd because it's thousands of people. I mean, it's a
Right.
big arena, right? I'm looking at her live and I'm like, she got me on live. Like, she from that angle, like, she's like, I
Yeah.
thought that was you. And she's like, you was on stage. So it was really cool looking at myself on the live, like, hold up. Like, my friends know it. And then Desire, she actually was on stage backing that ass up for Juvenile. I
Oh, wow. Shout out
didn't
to Desire.
be there, so that was cool. But I didn't get to see her. We passed each other. We just missed each other. But
Mm.
yeah, Scarface was cool. He's a more quiet person too, and like more reserved, you know. But he was cool though. He was very nice.
That is awesome. That is really awesome. And I'm just really so proud of you, Lissa, for all of your great accomplishments and the way that you deviate and just get it done. You know what I'm saying? You very ambitious like I am, and there's it's just very. I'm just have a lot of respect for you.
Thank
So
you.
I want to just remind you to keep going. Don't be discouraged. I understand that it's hard to multitask the more you do, and it's when you ambitious, but definitely go ahead and I hope you have a successful magazine that you have coming out in the first quarter. You know what I'm saying? I look forward to, seeing it and trying to support that more as well. And man, just I want to wish you a great holiday, safe travels wherever you go, whether it's just, from Chicago back to the Bend or even further, whatever the case may be. But man, I pray that God continue to just watch over your you and your family, and that just continue to protect your voice because you have a sound that people need to really hear more. You know what I'm saying? Because it's very delightful. Your voice is like delightful. It just makes you feel good. Like some people when they sing, you get that chill down your back. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And you have that type of sound, you hit that type of notes that where people can feel the chill in their back. So, you know what I mean? I just want to continue to wish you the best and just continue to be great because that's what you're good at.
Thank you. Can I give a shout out real quick?
Please, of course, absolutely.
So I do want to I want to give a shout out to Crime Mob. They've done a lot for me. And then also with that, keep on the lookout. I've got a song with Crime Mob. Right now it's just MIG on it, but we're trying to add Diamond and, you know, maybe some of the others as well. So, but the song's really dope. It's called Shots. It's already done. We're just getting ready to put it out. So look forward to that song and Single as Fuck. So another song coming out is called Hot. And I got that song Ponytail coming out with Chocolate P as well. And then shout out to Do or Die. Shout out to Tommy Satellite. My whole team, Skyline, you know, of course, and Orchestration Radio, Determined Radio. A-Book Carter, he been there the whole way. That's my best friend. Man, just it's so many people. You know, I appreciate you as well.
Absolutely.
It's a lot of people. I can't really shout out everybody, but I definitely wanted to shout them out. The people that really been in my corner and put me in positions that I wouldn't have got there as fast. You know what I mean? They definitely helped pave that way. So
Yeah, and shout out to Corbin. Is Corbin Bentley, right?
Yeah, yep, Corbin. Actually, I got an interview. We've been trying to get him on the show for a minute. So we actually just scheduled an interview for him. It's in February, I believe. So we got one coming with him as well. And he's got a party on Friday because he hit 500K. I think it is 500K followers. So I'm supposed to go to that party here in South Bend, actually. And he's a native of South Bend. So he's a famous YouTuber. I don't know if everybody knows, but he's a famous YouTuber, paranormal. He does a lot of paranormal stuff. And he's got something going on, a celebrity paranormal show that he's going to be doing as well. So,
right, absolutely, that's what's up. And shout out to Too Deep Entertainment, who's been leaving comments. You know, just showing his support to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, again, you know, if people want to purchase your album, download any of your music, you know, just, you know, continue to just support everything that you do. What's the best way to go about that?
So I'm available anywhere, all platforms. Lissa Blair, LISSABLAIR. And if you type in, I'll just put it this way: if you type in Lissa Blair and then you put the song name Intrigued, then it should pop up. And then you can follow me that way on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, any of that. Now my Christmas music, I don't know what happened to it, but my SoundCloud, I had all 3 songs on there: Oh Holy Night, Merry Little Christmas, and then the other one. But some happened to the Merry Little Christmas one. It's not on there anymore, so I don't know what happened. And
oh my God.
Yeah, happened. So if y'all want that, I probably will re-release it. But if you want that, I can always send you the MP3. Just email me or contact me on social media, and then I can send that over. So.
Okay, great. And we have another comment from my friend Cinnamon. And she says, Happy holidays, vibrant show tonight. Love it. Peace to you, Queen. Appreciate you. And she's got the sauce over there. You know what I'm saying? She sells hot sauce, barbecue sauce.
Ooh, I love barbecue.
Yeah, so shout out to Cinnamon.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, again, just have a great holiday. Be safe out there. I hope you enjoyed this moment as much as I did. And you know, it just was really fun to just learn more about you because you know you have an incredible talent and you know you're just really ambitious. And like I say, just keep going hard, and don't be discouraged by the jealous ones.
Right. We can't do that. Got to keep pushing. They make us go harder. Shoot.
Right. And Too Deep Entertainment just says, I love your music. Definitely looking on all platforms. I listen. You are definitely next.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
And Cinnamon says, thank you. Much
Oh,
love.
girl.
Yeah, absolutely. So now what I like to always ask a lot of female artists and just females that come on the show, what advice would you give to a young lady who's just trying to really get out there and make her way, maybe she's a little shy and she knows she's talented too, but what advice can you give to that young lady that's out there?
I actually had a situation like this. Somebody who is about to get on the camera for the first time. She was really nervous, and I basically just told her, be yourself. You don't have to do too much. You don't have to be extra. You don't have to feel pressure to do all that. Just be yourself. When it comes to being on stage, if you're nervous about that, which I still get jitters, I'm not gonna lie, especially certain situations, I get a little more jitters than others. But like, just sometimes if you don't think about everybody watching you and you think of something else while you're performing, it helps a lot. And also when it comes to the women that be in the industry, or they are in the industry and maybe they're struggling because they're a single mom. I'm a single mom of two beautiful girls. I don't have a boyfriend or a husband to, help me with that. Now their dads are in their life, thankfully. But I just recently got a regular babysitter slash nanny. So that has helped so much. Thank you. Shout out Macaulay. But I would just say don't give up, because I almost gave up being a single mom, because I'm like, how am I going to do all this and take care of my kids? And I got to work a job, and somehow I'm doing it. Like, I have a full-time job, I have a part-time job, and then I'm running all these businesses and traveling and singing, doing all that. You can do it. You just have to stay up late. I'm sorry, but that's just the way it is. When you got kids, you're gonna have to sacrifice your nights of going to sleep early. Sometimes you won't be able to watch movies. You just gotta learn it's a lot of sacrifice. And when it comes to your kids, you can keep going. Like, just work on finding someone that you can trust, whether that's care.com or if that's someone in your family. If you don't have family, build relationships with people. Then you learn them and you can trust them enough to maybe they will want to watch your kids, and that's kind of where I went with it. I would just say don't give up. That's the biggest thing.
Okay, absolutely. I really appreciate that. And I'm sure they appreciate it more for all those young ladies out there, or like you say, fellow peers of yours, that's just really trying to get where you are and just, capture a little bit more success due to their hard work. But yes, definitely, I would agree. Hard work sacrifices. Like I always tell people, if you want, there's a trade, there's a barter system out here in life sometimes. If you want something that's over here, you have to be willing to give up something that you already have. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Whether it's your time, whether it's your like you say, not being able to watch movies, some of your hobbies, um, habits, whatever the case may be, but you have to give up something if you want all of this. You know what I'm saying? And what we have that you all see, what I mean, we made sacrifices to be here, you know what I'm saying? We don't get to go out clubbing and like you say, watch
Right.
Netflix all the time and all that good stuff, you know what I mean? Play video games, like
I had to learn that. I had to tighten up, because, and that's something I watched others do, and I had to learn from people, not off of myself, which is crazy because you think I would just know that. But I had to see other people like, man, they're elevating. Well, that's because they don't drink as much anymore. They decide they ain't gonna just go to the club and get into trouble or do this or that. Like, sometimes you gotta sacrifice your fun too. Like, you may not be able to, especially like tightening up when it comes to being around celebrities and being around that type of environment. You don't want to be super high. You don't want to be drunk. Like, there's just, you want to be in your right mind so you can have a real conversation and them not look at you like you're crazy. So
you know what I'm saying?
trust me, they will. They will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for real, for real. Nah, great job today. Like I say, I've really enjoyed this. And again, today we had Lissa Blair, singer, songwriter, actress, CEO, Skyline radio show, Skyline Music Media Group, Lissa Lashes, etc. By the way, how can they get them Lissa Lashes?
Yeah, so if y'all want your lashes done, I have all kinds. I even have colored ones. I have glitter ones. I have rhinestone ones. I have all different kinds, classics, volume, all that. But y'all can actually just find me on any type of social media and send me a message and we can book an appointment. And also with Skyline Radio Show, if anybody wants to have their songs played or wants an interview, you can contact us at Skyline Radio TV Show at gmail.com. Send over your stuff. Also send over your bio and picture, social media, so I can look at that as well. And then Skyline Media Group, everybody has some big shows going on and you want some media out there to take video, pictures, and then post it on our platform, just let us know as well. Just reach out. We love to support. We do it for it's crazy because we originally did it out of support and then it turned into a business, and then you know what I mean, so it was just kind of cool because we love supporting our people, and that's the thing Skyline is all about is supporting the right people. We don't want to support people that are really negative all the time, and that's not cool. You know what I mean? So we just support the people that support people. You feel me?
Right. That way. And shout out to, again, Felice with Orchestrate Radio.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's really dope. But yeah, shout out to your whole team, everyone that supports you and your circle, and just again, safe travels. Have a great holiday, and I really appreciate your time today. I had fun.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, absolutely. And one last time, if they want to get at you, how can they order this great music?
You can find me anywhere, my music anywhere on any platform. Lissa Blair, Lissa Blair, and type in HEARTIFICIAL, HEARTI. Hold on.
Don't worry, we gonna cheat.
Right, there you go. I had to but you can look that up, or you can even type in "intrigued" with my name. It should pop up. And y'all tune in on December 28th. We're having a Skyline and Friends New Year's party show, and it will be on Spreaker and also live on Facebook, and it'll be our first one that we're putting on our YouTube channel as well. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Yes, and I'm glad you mentioned that because I definitely had this on deck and I meant to share it, but I got caught up in all the other pictures. So shout out to Youngin, as you see on the front, and yeah, go out. If you all are in that area.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one. That's what, Casey Love was supposed to be on that one, I think, but that's not my flag though.
Oh, my bad. This is Ambitious Entertainment, right?
Yep, and that's El Hitta's little brother, the one I was talking about earlier.
Okay. I didn't know they were brothers. Nice.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, definitely. Much love, much support, and we just gonna close this interview out. With that great song of yours, the Christmas song, because it really is hitting hard.
Sounds good.
Absolutely. And I just want to wish everyone, safe holidays as well. Safe travels for everyone that's out there that's listening. And continue to support Lissa Blair. You already know why, because I said it. That way. All right, peace. Much love.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Christmas hold me tight. I would travel It's a new year. May it bring us good cheer. And me and you are on our way. I need you for the holidays. We both know that there is no form of gray under my Christmas tree. We'll dim the lights. I'll be your candy cane, lick off my stripe. And see what gifts we can undo. Just one request, and I'll make it my best. Be my Santa tonight. Oh, just one request, and I'll make it my best. Be my Santa tonight.
Thanks for everybody tuning in. Again, make sure you share this video. And if anybody asks, I said it. I said it management. Peace. Blessings.